How did you know when to seek help beyond your neurologist? Which specialists are or have been the most helpful to you?
I think that's really difficult, isn't it? Because it's a grey area. You don't wake up one day and think, I must seek help for X. The biggest help to me has been when everything's got embarrassing. And by embarrassing, I mean everything below the waist. Bladder and sexual dysfunction. Those were the two areas that finally I thought I need to speak to a guru.
I can totally relate. I wish there was one doctor that could address bowel, bladder, and sexual dysfunction. It can feel like you're a full-time patient when you have so many things impacted. Yeah, let's talk about work, Mark. I have secondary progressive, so-called now, but I was diagnosed with relapsing remitting, and the impact on my job and my career was pretty immediate. What was your experience?
MS has totally transformed my professional life, frankly. I had what they called highly active relapsing remitting. The diagnosis was tough, but I carried on. I did a bit of that denial. I did a bit of that determination. And then I had a very supportive employer as I got worse, as I became incapable of doing my normal job, my career job, which had been public relations. It was very tough and long hours, and my MS was just saying no. And the company came to me and offered me different roles. So I'm very lucky in that I had an understanding company that dealt with my MS diagnosis well, and then with my progression well. Your star is rising, Ardra.
Oh, well, I think MS has definitely given me the opportunity to reinvent a number of times. You talk about how lucky you felt that your employer was so understanding and accommodating, but actually it is their legal obligation to do so. And we know that that doesn't always happen as ideally as it should. Can you talk about the process you went through in having those early conversations with your employer and how you were able to communicate exactly what you needed?
Yeah, I try not to regret anything in life, and I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for so much. But in terms of, I blurted it out. There's lots of people who are very thoughtful about who they come out to about their diagnosis and when. I'm not so strategic. I then went home to feel sorry for myself and kind of get over the diagnosis for a couple of weeks. When I came back, everybody in my immediate team had educated themselves about MS, the disease, but also the grieving process I might be going through. So in that sense, early on, that word allyship was just wonderful. I was really well looked after. Then step forward when life had to change because my MS had really kicked in. They took me into a room when I thought I could either be getting a guilty check, you know, a bit of money and thanks very much, off you go into the sunset, Sunny Jim, or it could have been, congratulations, we're making you chief photocopier. And neither of those happened. Actually, paraphrasing, they roughly said, we love you, we love what you're doing, but you're not going to cope for much longer. What can we do to make a role that will work for you and for the company? So I moved from a very public in London, running around with journalists role into a social media role. So on a bad day, I could be tweeting away in early morning from bedtime in my pajamas, long before flexible working and COVID became a thing and the world became easier. So reasonable adjustment in the UK means a ramp, a lift, a disabled loo. But then the imaginative companies, and we shouldn't be grateful, it should be the norm, the imaginative companies are creative and work with us to keep us employed because we can be brilliant.
MS progression can be scary, but there are resources available to help navigate this transition. Reasonable accommodations from your employers are your legal right in many countries. Mobility aids like rollators and wheelchairs are tools that empower you to keep living your best life.
I hope you found that video useful. You can find more MS content on our channel or click the link to watch the next MS video.